Hey, my name is Gaia Athena, and today I'm bringing you a book review of The Question of the Dead Mistress by A.J. Coverman and Jeff Cohen. This is book 5 in an Asperger's mystery series. I have already made reviews on my channel for, I think, most of the books in this series. I'm not sure if I did a book review for book 1. I can't remember when I read that, but I did discuss the other books. So this review will probably not be that long. In this series, Samuel Hoenig and his associate Janet Washburn answer questions for a living. Their business is called Questions Answered. And Samuel has Asperger syndrome. The books are told from his perspective. And in this book, they get the question of Virginia. And she is asking if her husband is cheating on her with a dead mistress. It says here, is my husband having an affair with a dead one? Now things follow on from there. I enjoyed this book, but I did not like it as much as books 1, 3 and 4 in the series. I like book 2 a bit less than those. But I was very invested in this book, in the main character Samuel and his associate Mrs. Washburn, and in like his mother and all that, family relationships and all that. But I found the mystery somehow a bit less interesting than in the other books, in the sense that for most of the book I had no idea what was going on. Like, I guessed one part of the mystery correctly, but I didn't really have many ideas about the other parts of it. And yeah, I don't know, somehow it just wasn't quite as gripping. But I did enjoy this book a lot anyway, and I hope there are going to be more books in this series, but I'm not sure if there will be, because apparently the publisher, Midnight Ink, is closing. I'm not sure if that's due to financial difficulties or what's going on, but the author posted about it on Facebook. So apparently the first 4 books in this series are going out of print really soon, if they haven't already. So I am glad that I at least was able to get them on time. I don't know about this book. The author only made that statement about the first 4 books, so I think this book might be available a bit longer, but yeah. There were some tense scenes in this book, and I liked that. I also liked the characters. One thing, and it is a minor thing, I did not like was somewhere in the book the main character is discussing with Janet. So Samuel and Janet are discussing whether a person they interviewed might be lying or not. And they used the fact that he scratched his nose a lot as sort of that might be a reason he's lying. And I am personally not a huge fan of doing things like that, because, well, if you followed my channel for a while, you know that I itch my nose a lot because it's one of my tics. It's one of the things I do just when I'm nervous, when I feel tension. I do that. Looking on my watch is another thing, and looking at my shoes is another one, touching my shoulder. Anyway, I get quite embarrassed by these tics, but that's why that one point I did not like the suggestion that that has anything to do with lying. Maybe for most neurotypicals that's true. I have no idea about such things, but my nose is itchy all the time, and it's my tic, and so I do that, and it has nothing to do with whether I'm lying or not, because I really hate lying. I find it, in fact, really difficult to lie. I don't want to lie. I have a very good conscience. And yeah. So I didn't like that bit in the book, because I personally don't feel that statement would not be true for me. So I am not sure that you can say for sure that it would be true for other people. That's just me. I think I get that they're trying to think about whether the person might be lying to them, And it's good that they're thinking about that, definitely, but that's just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. However, that was just like 1 or 2 sentences in the whole book, so, you know, that's a minor point, but I did want to mention it because, yeah. I never realized that could be a telling sign of lying, and for anyone who doesn't know me, well, could apparently be thinking all sorts of things like that, because I itch my nose all the time. Like, I touch it, I try not to talk while I do it so I can cut those bits out of the video, but it's just me. Anyway, back to the book. I did like where the ending and the way it wrapped up. If there are no more books in the series, then I would be okay at leaving it here, if that makes sense. There weren't any cliffhangers or anything like that. I would have loved more books in the series, but I don't quite know if the author is planning that or not. I read this book together with my friend Sarah, and we're planning to read other books by this author. So this author has also written, also these two, so AJ Copperman and Jeff Cohen, they are the same person. AJ Copperman writes mysteries, and Jeff Cohen is the name he gives to a couple of books that he's written on autism, because the author has an autistic son, and he's written, I think, a couple of books for autism, and this is, I think, the pen name he uses for that. So we're planning to read the Haunted Guest House mystery series by AJ Copperman next. I don't have all the books, but I have most of them. The book had some humor, just like previous books, and just overall I just didn't find it the strongest segment in the series. I would compare it to book 2, but honestly, it's been a while since I read book 2, so I'm having trouble remembering like which one exactly, what happened again in book 2. Not to do with the characters, but like what the mystery was. If I see the book again, I'm sure it'll come back to me. Anyway, so yeah, I did like this book, but I didn't love it as much as I was hoping. Maybe I was just tired, and I mean, it's all possible. Anyway, if you are interested in this series, I would suggest picking up the first books rather quickly if they haven't gone out of print already. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't learn of this until just a few days ago. The author posted about it on Facebook a bit earlier than that, I think, but for some reason it wasn't showing up for me, so I had to hear it from my friend Sarah, which I really appreciate. Thank you, Sarah. I don't think you're watching this, but so yeah, overall liked it, didn't love it, and I look forward to reading more by this author. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!